Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up your file for animation. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you guys how to download all the files that you're going to need to make this process work. What I suggest you do is on your home computer, you make folders that mimic the Google Drive so that everything is found in the exact same place in both places. So what I already did here is created an intercessor folder, and I want you guys to copy this exactly. So inside the intercessor, you're going to create a production folder. Inside production, you're going to want to have two folders, scenes and assets. Inside assets, there's going to be three folders, characters, environment, and props. Inside characters, you're going to want to have the three characters, Enslaver, Intercessor, and Shy Guy. Inside these folders, there should only be two documents, and that would be the low polygon from the layout of the characters and the fully rigged version of each of these characters, which I'll be showing how to get those in a second. If you go back to the assets, you're going to have environment and props. Environment's just going to have the low polygon of the environment and the terrain, and then this one should only have the Enslaver's staff. If we go back to production and go to scenes, you're going to have two folders here, animation and layout. Inside layout, what you're going to want to have is the folder with the scene. So LO means layout _SC, scene, and then the scene number. So I'm using my scenes as my shots as an example, and both of my shots are in scene 2. And you're going to want to make sure that you have a folder for each of your scenes. Inside of these folders, you're just going to have the file of your shot. No more folders after this. So jumping right into it, you're going to go to the Google Drive, Intercessor folder, Production, and you're going to go to Assets. And what I suggest you download first is the environment. So we're just going to double click that and download that. We're going to open that in our folder, right click, cut, and then you're going to find where you saved your intercessor folder. Going to go to production, assets, environment, and paste. And basically you're just going to be uploading all this information into their designated folders. And I'm going to spare you all the time that it takes to do that, but that's essentially what you guys are going to be doing. So anything that's in the folder on the Google Drive, you're going to want to download and put into the respective folder that you made into your own document. After I do that, I'll come back and show you guys how to set up your Maya files. Okay, now that we have everything put into their respected folders on your main working computer, you're going to go to your intercessor folder, production, scenes, layout, and you're going to go to the layout scene that your shot is assigned to in. I'm going to be showing you guys one of my shots, and that's shot 9 of scene 2, and I'm going to open up the Maya file. Going to click continue. Alright, so what you're going to pop up is that reference files are not found. What you're going to want to do is click browse. And then in the upper left-hand corner, it's telling you what you need to find. So we're missing the terrain. What you're going to do is you're going to go to where you saved your intercessor folder. And then you're going to go to production, assets, environment, and there it is. You're going to open that up. Now you're going to have to do that for each one of these. Unfortunately, it doesn't just find them all, so we're just going to have to keep doing that until all of the documents are found in their proper places. Okay, now that all of your files are located and imported, this might be a problem that you're running into with some of them, and that is some lime green action going on some of your characters. This is a simple fix, and it's just the fact that there's some shaders that are missing from these characters. All you're going to need to do is select your little character here, go up to Windows, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. And we're just going to assign them a standard Lambert shader. Select, so you're going to right click on the shader, press and hold on the right click and pull this little whip up to assign to selected. And now old guy is no longer green. You're going to do the same thing to the intercessor because it looks like his little visor here is lime green. You're just going to do the same thing, right click, drag up to assign to material. There we go. Now they're all one matte color. The next step that you're going to want to do is go to File, Save Scene As. Now this is very important, especially the way that you name this. So you're going to go and locate where you saved your intercessor thing, or your intercessor folder. You're going to go to Production, Scenes, and instead of going to Layout, you're going to go to Animation. I already created a new folder that's ANIM Scene 2, which is the scene that has my shot in it, and I'm going to click on that. And down here, you're just going to drag over the LO and replace it with ANIM. And you're going to click Save As and click Continue a bunch of times. There you go. Now you are now working on your animation file. The next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reference in your rigged character that you're going to be working to animate with. You're going to File, Reference Editor, File, Create Reference. And you're going to go to your intercessor folder. Oops, went back too far. There we go, intercessor folder. And you're going to go to Production, Assets, Characters, whichever character you want to reference in. I'm going to do the Shy Guy. Now, right now, at the moment, we do not have any of the finalized rigged characters yet. So what it would look like is it, instead of LO, it would be the ANIM, so ANIM. And I'm just going to pretend as if this is the animation one. So I'm going to click on that, reference it in, continue. And there he is. He's also lime green. You could do the same thing that we did to them before. Just go to the hyper shade, give them a standard Lambert shader, and there you go. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change the name of this guy so that he matches the name of this little enslaved character. And when you click on him in the channel box, you can see his full name, and he is Shy Guy number 1. So he's the main guy. You're going to want this guy to also be Shy Guy 1, but as the animated rigged version. So in here, in the reference editor, you're going to want to figure out which one of these is your rigged character. For you guys, it's going to be pretty simple to figure out because it's not going to say LO, it will already say AM. But if you want to make sure that you're selecting the right one, you can right-click on this name here, go to File, select File Contents, and it will highlight whichever one this relates to. And you can see, oh, okay, so this is the one that I need to change the name on. With this being selected, you're going to go up to Namespace, and you're going to type in, and I'm going to double check to make sure that I'm typing it correctly because it all needs to be named the exact same thing or else the continuity of our project is not going to work. So you have to make sure that you name it very specifically. So for the Shy Guy, we're going to type ANIM because it's the rigged character, underscore Shy Guy, all caps, and this is Shy Guy number 1. So you're going to just put a number 1 there. And there you go. Now when you click on this guy in this upper channel box area, you're going to see that he's number 1 and he's going to match the same as this guy, but just as the rigged version if he was rigged. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to line him up with your layout version of him. So you're going to select this little circle and then you're going to shift click the circle of the one that you want it to be matched to. So the character that you want to be moved should be white and the character you want it to move to should be green. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to your channel box / layout editor and you're going to click on your first numerical number here and you're going to hit tab on your keyboard and you're going to click tab all the way down so that all these numbers now line up and your little animated or ready to be animated figure should be awkwardly placed on top of your referenced layout character. And you can keep this layout character in the place that it needs to be until you have your keys set for your animation character. But as soon as you have those set, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to File, Reference Editor, and you're going to locate your little shy guy that was the layout shy guy, and you're going to go up here to this little diamond, blue diamond with the negative sign. This is going to remove this reference from your file. So you're going to click that. You're going to hit yes, I want to remove him, and now he's gone. All you should be left with is your rigged character, and it will make it a lot easier for you to animate the rest of your scene without having the layout reference in your way. Also, you no longer have that reference there, so it saves a lot of space for you to save this file too. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make, and I would suggest actually doing this even sooner if you can, before you start setting any keys, is you're going to want this character to have a character set. I already did it up here. What you can see is I have a new intercessor tab. To make this a new shelf, you're going to go over to this little gear. You're going to click this and create new shelf. Name it intercessor, all caps, like the naming convention we've been doing for this entire project. You're going to click OK, and then I think create after that. But I'm not going to make another one since I already have this one. So I'm going to click cancel. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that the ground in this bottom right-hand corner is selected to R, so you can't select the ground. So when you click it, it doesn't highlight. And you're going to drag over your shy guy or whatever character you're working on. You're going to open up your little script editor, which is this little semicolon white box in the far, far bottom right-hand corner. And this last line of the box should be really long and should be this last selection that you made of your character. You're going to click 3 times, and then you're going to go to File, Save. Oops, that didn't work. Okay, hold on. You're going to drag over your character, and now a new line pops up. This is your selected character. You're going to click it 3 times, and go to File, Save Script to Shelf. You're going to name it Shy Guy number 1, because this is Shy Guy 1. I'm going to click OK, and you're going to save it as a MEL file. Now, you have to make sure that you're on your intercessor tab, and it will put it up on your shelf, and you should be able to click this, and it will highlight your character. This makes it really easy for when you're setting keys. You can just pose your character, click this once, and then set your key, and everything will be set. It's a really easy way to identify where the characters are by just finding them up here. You can close that. The next thing that I'm going to be showing you guys how to do is how to make a Playblast. A Playblast is how we're going to be presenting our shots to be finalized and sent on to lighting and shading and all that fun stuff. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that this little vision resolution gate is turned off before you start doing your Playblast. You can turn it on when you're working on your animation to make sure that you're not cutting anything off unnecessarily or too big or too small, but when you do the Playblast, make sure you click this little icon off so that it's open. The next step to start a Playblast is you're going to go down to your timeline, right click, the very bottom option is called Playblast, and you're going to click on this little tiny settings box, pull up your Playblast options, and you're going to want to make sure that the settings are as I'm about to do them. So you want render off screen. I like to have it on view. You don't need to. That doesn't make a difference. Make sure the format is AVI, encoding none. Make sure the quality is 100. And make sure that the display size is from render settings, not from window, because right now if you were to do this Playblast, it would Playblast it as a teeny tiny little square, just like this, and it would not look good. So make sure it's rendered from settings. Professor Hall made all the settings, so you don't need to make sure that they're all good. They should be all good, and if they're not, then it's kind of on him. Next, you're going to want the scale to be set to 1. And frame padding 4. and then remove temporary files selected and save files selected. The next thing you're going to want to do is click Browse, and you're going to find your intercessor folder again, and you're going to go to Production, and here I forgot to add it, but you're going to want to make a Playblast folder. For now, I'm just going to save it free floating here because I don't have that folder made yet, but I suggest that you guys make it and title it Playblast, no spaces, all caps like everything else in the folders. And you're going to name it like this. So you're going to name it animation, ANIM underscore your scene, SC, and that is 02 for me, and then underscore what shot you're doing, and this one is 9, so 009, and you're going to click Save. Now at this point, all you have to do is click Playblast, and they're going to watch your little time tick go across, and it's done. So now you can go to your folder, and go to Intercessor, Production, and it should be right here. Double click that, and let's see if it worked. There we go, it worked. So it should render it out like that. And the next thing you're going to want to do is decrease this file size because this is redonkulous. What you're going to do is you're going to go over and you're going to find Adobe, what is it called? Adobe Encoder, Media Encoder. There we go, you're going to open that up. Okay, now that you have Media Encoder open, you're going to go and click on this little tiny plus sign. And again, you're going to go and find your intercessor folder, production, and you're going to open the giant Playblast that you just made. Alright, so it should be set like this. This first little number digit thing should be H266 or 64. There it is in the drop down menu. And you're going to want to make sure that it's set to match source high bitrate. And then you're going to click on this instead of the little arrow. You're going to click on it and make sure that export audio is unchecked. Then you're going to click OK. And you're just going to hit this little green play arrow. And you're going to watch it render out on the bottom corner here. Shouldn't take too long because it's really quick. Now you're going to go to your production folder and look at the size difference. It's amazing. You just saved a whole bunch of space and you can delete the bigger one and just save this smaller file. And this is what you will post in the Playblast folder on the Google Drive, and then your work is done, if it's approved, of course, and if it's not, then you'll just go back, fix what you need to fix, make another Playblast, go through these steps again, and you're good to go. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to be making another video as soon as I can on how to make those shortcuts that Professor Hall was talking about with the pose to shelf and the in-betweener. But for now, this is just how to set up your scene and get working on animating. Good luck, guys!